Good evening, my friend. Welcome to the show. It is Wednesday night, time for WDW Radio Live, my favorite night of the week by far, because I get to spend and share it with you. And tonight, got a lot of fun stuff. We're going to sort of go a little bit away from the normal pick of the week. We're not going to do a top five live, probably not going to do 20 questions, because this week it's all about you, and more importantly, Disney Plus, Marvel, Spider-Man, after being trolled by Tom Holland and the rest of the cast. We'll get to that too. If you're watching live, thank you for being here. Run to the fridge, grab a snack, get comfortable. Do me a favor, tag and invite a friend in the comments to watch along with us. If you're watching on the replay, don't forget to join us every Wednesday right here at WDWRadioLive.com at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Better yet, be part of the community conversation by joining the WDW Radio Clubhouse at www.radio.com/clubhouse. It is our group on Facebook. Once again, thank you very much for being here. I had different plans initially for tonight. I was going to be out at a remote location, but we adjust. We adjust on the fly. And this is even better because as you may or may not have seen, I recently created, actually just I think less than a week ago, I created the spoiler support group at www.radio.com/spoilers for those of us who just need to get out of our heads and onto quote unquote paper and chat with other fans about everything that's going on. Really, at least right now, for WandaVision and everything else that's going to be coming up, not just in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but what else is coming to Disney Plus, Disney movies, and obviously today with the announcement of Spider-Man, the new title, and a couple of interesting details that we saw in the Spider-Man very, very tiny little teaser of the announcement. So if you're a member of the spoiler group, thank you for being there. Thank you for helping to spread the word. If you're not, and if you like spoilers and need it, literally, I chose the name support group for a very deliberate reason, because we are all like-minded, and I think it is a bit of a, it's a sharing circle where you can not be afraid to share your excitement, your nerdiness, your theories, screenshots, whatever else it might be, memes included. And there's been a lot of them this week. So thanks to all of you. I think we are over 700 or something members in just a few days. So thank you. And I love the enthusiasm and the conversations there. So I very much appreciate it. And I love, it's so fun to watch all of these theories start to bubble up. And what it's really been exciting for me as a long time, well, admittedly a long time nerd, but a long time comic book fan. My shelves are gone, but inside my other room, I took what was stacked up here, comic books that I had from when I was a kid. I have a brother who's 6 years younger than I am, and toys and comic books and the movies and stuff we saw on TV, like that was such an important part of our childhood. And we really had each other and my dad to chat about it with. And I love being able to have a friend like you who's like-minded like me. And what I also love seeing too is this incredible renewed enthusiasm for comic books themselves. The Marvel Cinematic Universe really, I think, helped make nerdy cool again. Going back to, I think, really the first Iron Man was a game changer in terms of making this comic book culture more not just accepting but welcoming to people who might not have read comic books as a kid. Remember, too, when Iron Man came out, Iron Man was not sort of the most popular comic. For a lot of people, it was the introduction to a character that they might not have known of. Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, sort of the big three in comics. And there was this renewed interest in not just the titular character, but some of the villains, some of the secondary characters, and people started to dig deeper. But it really, as we moved forward in the MCU, it's gotten a lot wider and it's gotten a lot deeper. And it hasn't been till WandaVision that I've seen this other shift happening, because I think what was happening with Avengers and the cinematic universe different phases was that people were starting to want to learn more. They were watching the movies with a much more keen eye. They were going back and trying to learn as much as they could. But now what's happening is because of things like WandaVision, where there are so many, not just Easter eggs, but references to things that we haven't seen or heard of in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Look, the MCU does an amazing job of laying out these stories and the backstories of these characters for us. So we don't need to go back and figure out who Captain America is, how he got his shield, how he's got his, because that's laid out for us on a silver platter. But with WandaVision, when we know from the outset that there are each episode is replete with Easter eggs, it's making us deeper dive, and it's been amazing to see and hear from not just people that I see online, but friends all of a sudden subscribing to Marvel Unlimited. And this is not a plug for Marvel Unlimited. I mean, it's a plug, but I get nothing in return. So, Marvel Unlimited is an app for your phone. You can also read it on desktop, which, if you subscribe, will basically give you access to pretty much almost the entire back catalog and new releases of Marvel Comics. So, when you start to hear about Wanda and Vision and Agatha Harkness and Mephisto, and this is going to be a spoiler conversation, obviously, as well. All of a sudden, I'm hearing people subscribing to Marvel Unlimited or taking their kids to the comic book store, but they're looking at comics. And Marvel's done a great job of releasing some of the trade paperbacks again, which are sharing some of the stories like West Coast Avengers, the House of M, all these names that were so obscure to the average Marvel fan are now, excuse me, becoming part of the zeitgeist and the vernacular. Look, when I hear people who've had no sort of comic book background talking about it, and this is going to be spoiler potentially too, Chthon and all these Blue Marvel. And I'm like, it's wonderfully funny to hear that because I love seeing this newfound enthusiasm for something that was really relegated to, a bunch of nerds back when we were kids and even in high school. And even, you know, I may or may not have read a comic book or 12, when I was in college and things like that. But that was, being a comic book fan years ago was something that, you almost sort of hid to the side. Like you didn't want to be that nerdy kid going to the comic book store. But now look at all the non-nerdy kids going to the comic book store. So nerdy is the new black, and I love it, and I dig it, and it gets me excited. And as an observer of the spoiler group, I love seeing it. I love seeing people who, clearly, and admittedly were not comic book fans as kids, having this newfound enthusiasm. And I repeat myself, and forgive me if you've heard me say this more than once, I have not seen this level of deep cut fandom, virtual water cooler conversation since Lost. And if Marvel and Lost had a baby, it would be WandaVision. And it's a brilliant on their part, again, to release these not in the binge watch format, but every week. Because as soon as that stupid, standby message comes on at the end of the episode, we're all screaming at our TVs, right? Because we want more. And we're watching 45 minutes of credits because we want more. We know that there has to be, finally there was, an end credit scene because that's what the Pavlovian response, that's what we have been trained to do. That's what we get excited for. But what happens is when the credits roll, the show isn't over. That's when the real fun begins because we're spending time online. Look, I'm seeing people referencing other blogs, other podcasts, other YouTubers that I have sort of quietly been paying attention to for years, and they're becoming part of the mainstream, and I love that. And I love watching and hearing the different theories come out and people sort of digging deeper and doing not just one but multiple rewatches of the show, right? Which is why WandaVision is so incredibly popular, because you're not just watching it once. You watch it once for the initial impact, and then you need to go back, right? I watched the last WandaVision episode 5 times, not including the final scene over and over and over again in Agatha's basement lair. Not quite the man cave I was expecting, but we're dissecting it scene by scene, and that's what we did in Lost. When we finally got into the hatch, right? We went back, we paused. When we saw that black light look at the map of all the Dharma stations, how many times did we stop and give me either a like, a heart, a thumbs up, a comment? Let me know if when Lost came out, if you were doing the same things, or even if you're watching on a rewatch, when you spoiler alert, when you're in the hatch and that door comes down and that black light comes on, and all of a sudden there's the map with the question mark and the island. Brains fell out of my little head. I spent way too much time. I was still practicing law at the time. I spent way too much time at my desk. I should have been working on my clients' cases. I can say it now because the statute of limitations is run. I was spending a lot of time trying to dissect the mysteries of Lost. And that's what we're doing here. We're dissecting the mysteries of WandaVision and the it's all connected. Look, I see hexagons everywhere. I'm a freak. I was literally in Disney Springs before the Everglades event, and I walked by Haleo and I took a picture, and I'm like, look, it's all red hexagons. Clearly, there's got to be a connection between Haleo and WandaVision. And I love that. I love feeling this way about a TV show again. And I haven't felt that way in a long time. And I'll say it over and over again. Disney Plus is the best, whether you're spending $7, $12, wherever you are. It is the best investment of your entertainment dollars that you could possibly get. Just when you thought it couldn't get better than The Mandalorian, they give us WandaVision. And then we know, and if you're watching WandaVision, please, please, please make sure you watch they're like 2-minute shorts, like the Marvel Legends series, Marvel 616. There's wonderful ancillary and supporting content there. But then we go outside that box, right? We go to YouTube, we go to blogs, we go to podcasts. I mean, there's some amazing podcasters out there. One of which I had on the show. It used to be called the Marvel Studios News. Now it's the MCU fan show. And my buddy Sean Gerber, like, this guy knows his stuff, and he conveys it on the podcast in such a wonderfully understanding and relatable way. And I find myself like, yeah, I saw that too. Or, oh my God, how does this guy know this? Because look, I love comic books. I love Marvel, but I am like a solid 4 on the nerd scale compared to some of these folks who really will be able to go through that first episode of WandaVision when we thought there was really not a lot going on and go, oh no, that little thing in between the floorboards as the screen was scrolling up, that could be Galactus. That could be, Wonder Man. It could be all these. And all of a sudden we hear that. And what happens? We're going and we're like, I need to find out the story. I need to find out who this person is. Is, this guy going to be related here somewhere? And these wonderfully deep and free content, you don't have to read the comic books because there are other people who can share that for you. This wonderfully free content, this amazing conversations that we're having and relationships that we're forming with other people who have this either newfound or longtime love is wonderful. And I love it. I love the feeling that I am getting from this show in particular. And as it's a bittersweet feeling because I know that there's 2 episodes left, but now I'm already excited for what's coming next, right? Because we know Falcon and Winter Soldier's coming up next. If you haven't seen the Loki trailer, like, you need to go back and watch that Loki trailer. I did right before, like an hour or so ago. I watching it. There's a lot of very interesting stuff. And, now that we have not just the teaser, but the title for the new Spider-Man film, yay! That's why I'm wearing my Spidey shirt. Like, we know that all of these things are very much going to be connected in some way, shape, or form. It's no big secret that WandaVision is going to lead us right into Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness. I'm pretty sure that Loki and Falcon and Winter Soldier, there might be some touch points there. I'm not so sure that we're not going to see some of this multiverse kind of stuff going on in Spider-Man. And again, we were completely trolled, by the way, yesterday. Kudos to Holland and Zendaya and Jacob for trolling us with the different titles. But now we've got No Way Home as the official title. And if you look at, and I posted this on Instagram, and I posted it in the spoiler group too. If you look at the whiteboard, it's not just me. There's hexagons, and there are some little things that make you say, "Is this going to be connected there?" And now we're wondering who. First of all, we're wondering who is the big reveal that Paul Bettany talked about being excited to work with. Look, if it's Al Pacino, like the little and Justice for All Godfather loving guy that I am, is gonna freak the freak out because he has played the devil before. But we're wondering who's the villain, right? Is it there's going to be a reveal of a villain, right? Whether it's going to be Mephisto or Nightmare, but we're also wondering who is the villain, right? Is Wanda the villain? Is Agatha the villain? You know, what's going on with the mailman and Senior Scratchy? Like, I'm sure Google's looking at their stats going, why are people Googling Scratchy? Why are it's Itchy and Scratchy, Senior Scratchy? Who? So this is part of what I enjoy. And I want to very much hear from you in terms of uh, Stan Solo says the next book is The Hidden Hexes of Walt Disney World. Dude, I see them everywhere. I see them everywhere. I almost took a picture of my jar of honey. I drink a lot of tea with honey, and I kid you not, on my Publix honey, the bottle has hexagons all over it. I'm like, oh, it's this got to be connected too. There's no way it's a coincidence. Look, I'm seeing connections and coincidences, coincidi, whatever. Lots of coincidences everywhere. And I love, again, this feeling that I get, and I love watching this happen with other people as well. Becky Menken from MEI and Mouse Fan Travel says it's a great time to be a Disney fan, a Marvel fan, and a Disney stockholder. Look, it's I agree with every part of that, and look, kudos to Disney. I've said throughout this pandemic that there's opportunity in adversity, and by Disney being able to make the shift and create such incredible, compelling content for Disney Plus, and all of a sudden, like they literally did turn it up to 11. And if you don't believe me, look at the shareholder reports, look at what the subscriber numbers are, where they expected 67 to 70 million, and then it was like 84, and like there's not a big difference between 70 and 84. It is when you're talking about 14 million people, 14 million households that have subscribed to Disney Plus. So I want to know your thoughts. I want to know whether they be spoilers about WandaVision, questions, theories, whatever it might be. And two, we also got today, Disney Plus released the schedule of what else was coming. You don't have to worry about leaving the house this summer because there's a whole lot of stuff going on, because we go right from WandaVision, and I think that we're actually going to get another Disney Legends episode. If you're not watching on Disney Plus, go check it out. There's a Wanda and a Vision episode, which gives you some of the backstory. I think they're going to have at least one or two more Disney Legends, giving you more of the backstories about who I think might be the next reveal, because that's going to lead us right into Falcon and Winter Soldier on March 19th. And the week after, Mighty Ducks Game Changers. It's almost as good as WandaVision. Will be Mighty Ducks Game Changers. Big shot in April. Look, Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to carry us completely through April. Once we get into May, we're going to go back into the Star Wars universe with Bad Batch, or the High School Musical universe with High School Musical, the musical, the series season 2, the musical. In June, we go right into Loki, which, again, we have to believe there's going to be connective tissue between WandaVision, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Loki, etc. And then Zenimation Season 2, Mysterious Benedict Society, which sounds intriguing. Monsters at Work, Turner and Hooch. Like, if you don't love Tom Hanks, if you haven't seen the Tom Hanks original, go back and check it out. And then Chippendale Park Life. But we also heard, and some stuff has not been necessarily officially announced in terms of details, but we know that there are additional Disney Plus series that are in the works. And I heard the collective squee and squeals and insert sound effects here from all of you. Becky Mankin, I'm looking at you too, when we hear about a Disney Plus series based on the Disney parks and the story of the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, we are getting what we're getting what we didn't realize we were hoping for. Right? We wanted more SEA in the parks. We wanted to learn more about those stories. Excuse me. Back on show five something, if somebody could find the episode where I talked about the story of the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, and it's fascinating to hear and to see just how much of a backstory and a presence there is of the SEA in the parks, both domestically and internationally. But now knowing that that is going to be brought to a Disney Plus series, like nobody ever saw that coming. So that's what I mean. Disney being able to say, hey, we've got this property. There's clearly huge interest in it. Not everybody can get to the parks, obviously. Let's turn this, let's pivot, and let's make this something that we can turn into what I imagine is going to be an incredibly compelling series on Disney Plus. Look, and I'm not telling, please don't do it, but Disney Plus could double their monthly subscription fee, and I would pay it in a heartbeat because it's the best investment of entertainment dollars I have spent in a long, long time. Wiki Watchy, I'm looking at you. Same thing, Gatorland. This is the best entertainment I have gotten for my dollar. So Becky says it's show 579 was the complete guide to the secret society of explorers of adventures. So it's www.radio.com/579, or you could just find it in your favorite podcast directory app thing. Andrew wants the old MGM Studios TV sitcom stage show where guests played characters on sitcoms, but with WandaVision. How cool would that? So if you remember the old, I was going to call it Sounds Dangerous, and it's not, but so you used to be able to perform, some guests would be able to perform and also see how shows like Gilligan's Island and The Tonight Show were made, but being able to do that. And I know that in downtown Disney and Disneyland, there is a photo opportunity, I believe, where you can sit on the couch and take a photo as if you're looking through the screen in WandaVision. So, very, very exciting. Superstar Television. Thank you. Got it. Drawing a blank. I am underfed and way under caffeinated because this is only water, but yes. Superstar Television, which had Chevy Chase in it too. Who's whatever. What's the status of the Guardians attraction at Epcot? Well, when we go to Epcot, we see that construction is still moving forward. Disney obviously in a very smart move. This is why they don't give you opening dates, because you don't know when the next pandemic's going to roll in. So we don't know, but it is progressing. The building is not enclosed yet, so they're still working on exterior facade and exterior structural work. So it's going to be it is going to be a long time. And yes, I am underfed and I do need sushi, and I wanted my Publix $5 sushi today and I didn't get it. And I've got a little bit of the DTs. I've got the shakes. It has been way too long since my last. Hi, I'm Lou Mangello, and it's been 6 days since I last had sushi. So, Jim's going to be at Epcot on Saturday. Jim, if you happen to walk by that side of Epcot and can maybe share some of those photos in the clubhouse, I'd appreciate it. Jim Orosky is Jim, first of all, you know how much I appreciate you, brother, and you are always the first one on Wednesday mornings. You beat me to the punch being excited for box night. But poor Jim moves down here like weeks before, right around the time that they close the park. So I'm happy that you're able to get back in. We don't know if Spaceship Earth's going to be open during the 50th. I have to assume it's going to be, Deborah. I'm sure that any sort of long-term refurbishments, they're going to be hold off or have to start very, very quickly in order for it to be open for the 50, because you can't have the icon of the park not be opened for such an important milestone dates. So Matthew enjoyed the podcast this week. Thank you very much. And yeah, we did best restaurants to dine solo in Walt Disney World. Whether you're traveling alone or you just need to get away from the spouse, the parents, the cousins, the kids, whatever it might be, there are a lot of reasons to dine solo, and there's a lot of advantages to dining solo. If you have ever eaten solo, at Walt Disney World, whether you've traveled there alone or with family, let me know in the comments and what your favorite restaurant to, dine solo in Walt Disney World is. I think there's a lot of people that are or have been afraid sometimes to go solo for a lot of different reasons, and the reasons are personal and don't matter. But sometimes, especially for a table service, which is why I wanted to speak specifically to table services, I think some people might feel shy or embarrassed or weird about walking up and asking. It's one thing if you go to a counter service, but to say I want to be sat, at a table for one, might be intimidating to some people. I wanted to sort of remove that fear from it and show some alternatives too. And like the counter locations at Jico and Flying Fish and some of these other restaurants is a great option, but there's also nothing wrong. And I think there's a lot that's right about dining alone. I'm not going to admit it to my family, but sometimes I prefer dining alone. I'm used to pre pandemic, I'm used to traveling a lot on my own and eating alone at conferences or at my hotel. And sometimes it's good just to sort of get into your head and get into your own space. And I think there is no place that is as wonderful and welcoming for it as Walt Disney World, especially because I think the cast members are so in tune to whether you want to engage in conversation or you just want to do your own thing, man, and just sort of chill and relax and take things all in. Um, and I think that when you do dine solo, this should not be your companion. I think that you should take in the theming and the atmosphere and the interaction that the restaurant has to offer if you want it, and not necessarily use it as a time to um, sort of isolate yourself. And especially some of the places, communal dining, I think, is one that solo travelers would often not even think about because you wouldn't think of going to beer garden and sitting with two other families or Tepanetto and or sitting with two or three different parties. I think that there's great opportunity there to make new friends, meet new people. And I've heard lots of stories of people who have done that. And I think I just saw Amanda Bonner from Disney Travel for All. And here, thank you very much for joining me. Becky says sometimes you go, oh, Becky, you know what? Get over it. Get over the Takumi Te. I had personal matters going on and couldn't join you that night. She's never going to let me live that down. Oy vey, schmear. Marlisa Elizabeth says 2 words, bread service. Marlisa, I am with you. And every time somebody says that on the show, I'm like, if there was only somebody local who would want to pick me up tonight and go for bread service at Sanaa, I would be there in a heartbeat. I need to put on pants first, but then right after that, then in a heartbeat, I would be there. Darren Boynton says 60% of the time dining alone is better all the time. That doesn't make any sense, but I get the reference and I dig it, brother. Andrew dined alone on his Disney College program. Love going to 50's Primetime Bar to get a PB&J shake. I dig every part of that sentence. I haven't been to... Wait a minute. Have I never done a live review of Primetime Cafe? I don't think I have. You know what I'm going to say right now? I need to add it to the list. I'll find somebody. I'll find somebody who wants to go with me, I'm sure. Jim Lawler says, my favorite solo meals have always been on a Walt Disney World trash can, world's best dining table. You're speaking my language, brother. Beth says, communal is one thing I don't like to do. Too introverted. Hate that aspect of the cruise when I'm not having my time when you automatically get your own table. Sharing is awkward. Sharing is caring, especially if you get nice table mates. One of the things we do when we do cruises and we get back to cruising, I'll get to that in a second, speaking of Marvel, is normally we'll have sort of a section of the dining room, and depending on your party size, you may get paired up with somebody. And I've seen such wonderful friendships form from people. If you've ever been on a WDW radio cruise and have met somebody at your table or part of the group and have become friends with them as a result, let me know in the comments, because I think sometimes people might not realize just how easy and how often that happens. Dave Roshoni says, I'll go elbows off the table. Dave, that sounds like something Kathy is telling you, probably on a nightly basis. Why would I dine alone when Lou is 5 minutes away? Levi, I've been saying that for years. Rarely am I taken up on that offer. So, Um, we should do a WandaVision themed dinner at 50s primetime. That's a great idea. God, I like that idea a lot. The servers of primetime will probably make you shut off your phone and tell you to eat, which I love. I love the fact that they are so in character all the time. Crystal Steers, you have to run. I love and miss you. I hope you are doing well. Say hi to the rest of Canada. Lou Mangello, no live review of PRC. PRC. I'm trying. Princess Royal. I don't know what PR. What is PRC? Pre Royal Paramount. I have no idea what PRC is, and once I hear it, I'm gonna be so frustrated that it did not kick in. I'm just happy this week I remembered to turn the microphone on. So like high five, win for me. Um, I try and dine alone, but my family always insists on joining me. Um, Shelly says, I love dining on the cruise. We've met so many wonderful people who are now good friends. Table 3 does rock. I love all the Brookovers, by the way. Not just Shelly, but the entire Brookover family. So Victoria says, I'm a willing costume designer here to help make it happen. How cool would that be? A WandaVision themed. Look, I would even go so far. I'll wear the Vision Halloween costume, like the bad red, the bad green and yellow. I mean, I won't paint my face red, but um, PTC. I still don't know what PTC is. Primetime Cafe. Thank you. I'm beating my head into it. I'm like, you wrote trivia books, Montel. You've been doing this for 17 years. You should know what PT. Now I know. PRC made no sense. PTC, total sense. Thank you very much. Um, Makes it easier. So Stephen Conti says Momentum 2017. I dined solo at Homecoming, the Boathouse, and Morimoto Asia, the Holy Trinity of the original Holy Trinity of Disney Springs. I would now throw Wine Bar George and Jock Lindsay's into that mix with a distant cousin of the Everglazed funky chicken sandwich. Good Gandhi, that's so good. By the way, thank you again to everyone who came and made that event such a huge success. That was incredible of you, and definitely open up the doors. Everybody was very happy with that. Becky says, "You'll wear the costume." I mean, I'll wear that, but you've got to wear the. No, you know what? Don't wear the WandaVision costume. Don't ruin that for me. Just it's fine. Um, how about the first post-pandemic meet and greet is a WandaVision themed event? Well, look, I'll do you even one better than that, because you may or may not have seen on the in the clubhouse, and I think on the Facebook page too. We are already thinking about the future and doing an event at sea, Marvel Day at Sea 2022. Becky and I, we've been chatting a lot about it. That plane or ship is in flight or at sea already in terms of putting that together. If you're interested in going, check out the thread in the clubhouse, and Becky and I might have an announcement for you very, very soon. But you want to sort of get your Marvel on and really nerd out, doing it together as a group at a Marvel Day at Sea cruise, which, taking Alaska out of the equation, because that's Alaska is the destination, is the star. Marvel Day at Sea is my favorite cruise by far. And what's nice is that when you come and cruise with us, one, you're with friends, two, with like-minded people, three, we do some additional stuff that you don't get to do as part of a Marvel Day at Sea cruise. And if you've been on past cruises with us before, you know exactly what we're talking about. I don't just mean including but not limited to pajama parties, taking over the kids club. There's some other ideas on my mental and physical whiteboard that I haven't even told Becky about that we can integrate into the cruise too. And I think now, between everything that's happened in the MCU, Black Widow, WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, I think the Marvel excitement level is going to be off the charts. And I will tell you that the nighttime finale stage show at sea is not just the best show at sea on any cruise line. It may be one of the best stage shows that Disney puts on anywhere, like in park, out of park. It's that good. and full of surprises, which I'm not going to spoil for you. So good. So good. I'm getting that I'm freezing. Um, Mine is frozen solid. Hold on. Let me tell my son. Hang on. Get off the internet, man. You are messing with my live stream mojo. That's to my son. Um, Lou keeps freezing up. Karen's got to go to bed. Have a good night. Why do I keep freezing? That's so. Oh, I'm seeing that too. I am seeing that too. Oh no. Yikes. This is unfortunately what happens sometimes with um, I know I'm freezing. Yeah, I'm just gonna blame my son. Yikes. I'm going to blame my son. You want to hear this announcement? I'm trying to get my son off the. All right, we'll see if that does it. Freezing. There's nothing I can do. I'm beholding to the internet's time to grab. Please don't. Please don't. Lou is gone. What the what? Uh oh. Always freezing. In and out. In and out. I blame Wanda. Yikes. Hold on here. Let's see. We'll see. Is that any better? Better or worse? Still frozen. Hopefully we are unfrozen. I apologize. At least my mic is on. Yeah, I know. Just kind of, jeez, Louise. That's the worst thing about freezing is the really bad, completely unattractive faces that you are stuck making. Um, I am not sure if I am back. Amanda says I'm back. Changes to my phone. Same. I think the problem is on my end, not your end. I don't know what you missed. I don't know what we left off with, but we'll just keep moving forward. So we do not. By the way, just so you know, we do not necessarily have a date yet for Marvel Day at Sea 2022. We should have an announcement probably within the next week or two. There's lots of stuff going on behind the scenes. Stay tuned. If you are interested, please come and post in the group. Obviously, when we do have a date, we will obviously share information via the newsletter, via the Facebook groups. So stay tuned. It's coming. Beth, grab that shot. That cannot be. I have to repeat everything I said when I posted Marvel Day at Sea. Here you go. We're working on it. We don't have a date yet. We will soon. If you're interested, post in the group, in the clubhouse. Let us know. That's not going to lock you in or guarantee anything one way or the other, but just let us know. Becky and I are working behind the scenes. We have a phone call tomorrow. So hopefully within the next week or two, we will have some more details and maybe a date and some booking information to share with you. So do not book a date on your own. Wait until you hear it from us, because in addition to all the fun festivities that Marvel Day at Sea has, I don't know how much you heard about my love of Marvel Day at Sea. It's my favorite cruise ever. We also do some marvelous magical things on our own, including taking over the kids club. There's a pajama party, and the final show that's put on the Marvel Day at Sea is not just the best show at sea. It's one of the best shows that Disney puts on anywhere, period. And now, with all the WandaVision, Falcon, and Loki stuff going on, it might be the best cruise ever. So, am I back? It looks like I'm back. It looks like I'm back. So there you go. So if you wanted to always take a Disney or Marvel cruise, Jenny, this is the one to do it, because cruising with the group is always better because you know you are surrounded by friends, by like-minded people, and they're always going to do a little bit more to sprinkle a little bit of additional pixie dust onto the cruises when we do it. And nobody has more fun than we do. And I don't know if Becky heard this part, but I have ideas for this cruise in my head and on the whiteboard that you will never get to see that I am looking forward to. And look, we are missing cruising now more than ever. So stay tuned. Still a little glitchy, not freezing as before. Eddie Kern says, Lou, are they harming you? Lou, who's doing this to you? For a WandaVision quote. A little bit better. I'm gonna, yeah. So I'm gonna do the same, Chris. I think everybody happens to be home tonight, so I think that's what's happening. So it's definitely been on my end. So I apologize for that. If only they would bring fiber to my house or a dedicated connection. Um, Thank you, by the way, for the texts and emails, everybody, about the lag. So there you go. Things are better. I don't know what you heard. I don't know what you missed. Just come on forward and catch up to everything else. So, what else do you want to share? Like I said, we're going to talk about Disney Plus, Marvel, Spider-Man. What do you want to share in terms of either your questions, your comments, your theories, what you're hoping is going to happen, maybe even something else that's on the Disney Plus schedule that you are really looking forward to, even beyond WandaVision? What is it that you are looking forward to from either the series, the movies, or what is coming onto Disney Plus coming very soon, actually? And then what do you think about Spider-Man No Way Home? In case you can't tell by my shirt and the stuff that's in my room, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. So this was um, this was exciting to me to get the name. It obviously has me thinking about things like the multiverse, which I think is going to be part of Spider-Man. It has me thinking about the villains, which might be. I'm a huge fan of the Sinister Six, specifically things like Green Goblin, Doc Ock, the Lizard, Electro. We've heard rumors about casting, not just in terms of casting of villains and some who might be reprising their roles, including people like Alfred Molina as Doc Ock and Jamie Foxx as the not blue Electro. But will we get a non-Willem Dafoe or Willem Dafoe Green Goblin? We know that the Scorpion is already there, so um, it'll be interesting to see if at all how the multiverse plays into Spider-Man No Way Home. And I posted today in the spoiler group. Not that I think it would happen, but how cool would it be if there is some sort of multiverse that Spider-Man gets to at least look into or be in for a minute, where he gets to see Tony Stark one more time and just have that emotional moment with Tony Stark. So skipping in sentences, it's like losing a different time warp. Sound is good, picture is grainy. You know what? This is so incredibly frustrating. I'm going to agree that it is. All this is Agatha's fault. I don't want you guys to suffer through this. There's really not a lot that I can do um, on this side to try and fix that. I'm doing everything I can, but it looks like it might just be an overall internet issue. So, a couple of things I'll remind you about, and then I'll let you go. And look, we're going to keep these conversations going, obviously, in the spoiler group on Facebook, as well as make sure you also follow me on Instagram. I'm sharing a lot on my Instagram stories. If you are super excited about all this fun, cool, nerdy stuff that is going on, also do me a favor and head on over to my friends over at, wait, wrong one, over at Sideshow Collectibles. If you go to www.radio.com/sideshow, they have amazing replica statues, artwork, clothing, anything under the sun from Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, any sort of element of fandom. Becky Mankin, I made this slide just for you. This is not a screen cap. That is actually what the statue looks like of Thor. So if you go to www.radio.com/sideshow, it'll take you right to the main site. Or if you go to www.radio.com/Disney side, that'll take you to and through all of the Disney stuff that they have, not just from the movies, but from the theme parks too. They've got some cool Haunted Mansion statues, classic Mickey. Those I think are brand new. The Hitchhiking Ghosts as well. And you can just find those by going right to www.radio.com/DisneySide. What else am I forgetting? I'm forgetting lots of stuff, but I'm trying to move quickly so I don't keep on cutting out. A glitchy Lou is better than I'm not sure. Girls are wanting the pick of the week. So Jennifer Morrison, the pick of the week is going to be the pick of the week again. We're going right back to where we were before. We have to keep going on WandaVision. There's no way that we cannot continue on our WandaVision journey and keep having conversations, not just here on the show, but certainly in the Facebook group. If, by the way, you are part of the WDW Radio Nation family, we have a Nation call coming up this Sunday. So if you're a member of the Nation, you should have gotten an email if you are at the bronze level or above. We're going to do a Zoom call, and I think we're going to be able to really, not just you hear me, but I want to hear your thoughts. And we'll talk a lot about WandaVision and theories and spoilers. And because the new episode will just have dropped on Friday, we're going to have a lot to talk about. So to learn more, if you want to find out more about the WDW Radio Nation, you can go to, wait for it, come on, Mangello, find it. You can go, oh, it's not there. Hold on. It's, wait. All kinds of, oh, geez, Louise, Mangello. Well, wait. Well, I want to talk about Mouse Fan Travel too, but I can't find the Nation logo. There it is. There's the Nation logo. If you want to find out how to become a member of the Nation, just go to www.radionation.com. So I'm love seeing people like Jim Hart saying we are so in for the cruise. We'll find a way to take the time off. Never done Disney cruise before, so it's time. Jim Hart, it's time to get back on the water again for all of us. It's time to get back together again in person, and Marvel Day at Sea is absolutely the way to do it. So that is going to do it for this week. I know things are glitchy. I'm getting a couple other people saying that it's grainy and glitchy. So I'm going to blame Spectrum Internet and hoping, fingers crossed, that I can get some Google Fiber in here one day soon. Thank you again so very much for being here. Thank you for being part of our WDW Radio Clubhouse. More importantly, the WDW Radio family. I love and appreciate you. We're going to talk more about everything going on in the spoiler world in our spoiler group on Facebook. And please make sure that you are part of the Clubhouse on Facebook as well. And if you can, tonight, since we're done early, do me a favor. It would be a huge help. Find a way, get creative to spread the word about this week's show, about the spoiler group, about any of my social channels, whatever it might be, and invite somebody to check out the show, to join the Clubhouse, and be part of this amazing community that you have done a remarkable job creating. So thank you so very much. If there's ever anything I can do for you, please let me know. And always remember to choose the good, to be the good. Friday can't come here fast enough. I love and appreciate you.